Hello guys, so welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, you're highly welcome. Thank you for stopping by. So for today, we want to discuss 10 types of men you should not get married to. So marriage is a lifetime thing. It's not something that you go in with the hope you're going to get divorced. You go in there expecting to live with your partner for the rest of your life. So when you're married, there are so many habits you have to deal with, be it good or be it bad. So it's very important that you marry a compassionate person, marry a kind person, marry a nice person, marry someone that loves you unconditionally. That's where you're going to enjoy your marriage. But if you go and marry anyhowness, you're going to see anyhowness. And that's what we want to be discussing today. 10 types of men you should not get married to. Instead of marrying those kind of men, it is better that you remain single until you find the right person. Don't marry a man that does not take correction. A man that gets angry when you try to correct him or when somebody else tries to correct him. A know-it-all. A man that feels that he's too big for correction. A man that his ego is so big that when somebody tells him that thing you're doing is not right, do it this way, he gets so irritated, he gets so angry. Don't marry a man that has addictive and destructive habits. For example, a man that does drugs, that does hard drugs. You know very well that this man takes cocaine, he takes heroin. Before the marriage, I'm not saying when you go in and then you discover, but before the marriage, you know that he takes these things. He's always smoking, he's always drunk, he's always partying. These are habits that will affect him in the long run. These are habits that will affect him negatively. They're destructive habits. Don't marry that kind of person. Remember that when you marry somebody that has these tendencies, that has this, habits, and something happens in future, whatever happens to your partner, whatever happens to your husband affects you directly, not indirectly, affects you directly. So for example, you marry somebody that is always smoking and then tomorrow he has lung cancer. You're the one that is going to pay the brunt. You're the one that is going to suffer. Don't marry a man that does not listen to anyone. He doesn't listen to a mentor. He doesn't even have a mentor, because if he has a mentor, he will listen to the person, right? He doesn't have a mentor. Doesn't listen to his family, doesn't listen to his parents. He's too big for anybody to correct. There are sometimes that a couple will have issues that they cannot resolve internally. So they have to, seek for the advice of a bigger person, somebody that they respect, like your pastor, your imam, your council of elders in the village. In those days they used to, even I think it's still happening now, they have to call elders in the village, important people, to come and sit down and judge your matter. So somebody that does not listen to any form of authority. Don't marry a man that keeps funny friends. This is very, very important. It might not sound normal, but it is very important for you not to marry someone that keeps funny friends. You have a man, his friends are answering funny names. One is answering Viper, the other one is answering Scorpion, the other one is Razor. They keep late nights, they carry women, they do a lot of funny things, they drink alcohol and they take drugs together. That is not the kind of man you want to be friends with. The other one has a huge scar on his face. Nobody knows. He refuses to tell anybody how he had this scar. You should be very, very afraid. These are the people that will be influencing him. These are the people that he'll be taking advice from. You don't want a man with those kind of friends. Another kind of man that you should run away from is an abusive person, an abusive man. This one is very common because when you see people in abusive marriage, they always tell you that they did it before they got married. I know of a story of a couple, right in the reception, the man slapped the wife. Like on the day of their wedding, they were having a reception and something happened and the man slapped the wife. The woman called off the wedding immediately. Believe me, that is the best thing at that point, because in future she's going to get it worse, whether you like it or not. Whatever you see when you're dating a man, you're going to see it times 10 in marriage. So you marry an abusive person, somebody that hits you, somebody that emotionally abuses you, somebody that verbally abuses you. You're in a relationship with this person and you think that when you get married to the person, he's going to change. He's not going to change. The person that abuses you, it's obvious that the person doesn't have any respect for you. The person might love you, but he's an abuser. He doesn't have respect for you. So don't go with that kind of person. Don't marry a person that abuses you. You want a kind man, a man that is compassionate, a man that loves you, a man that respects you. You don't want somebody that any small thing die, any small thing die, any small thing hit you or calls you stupid girl, you don't know anything, look at your mate. Trying to bring you down, body shaming you. Those are different types of abuses. Gaslighting you. You don't want to marry abusers, because in future when you get married to this person, believe me, it's going to get worse. Oh, this one is very important. An over possessive or a control freak. Don't marry an over possessive man. I know of a friend of mine. This one, the husband was living in Dubai. He was not in the country. He was not in the country. He was living far away in Dubai. But the lady saw hell. The lady was living in Nigeria. So it was a long distance relationship. It was a long distance marriage. But she was seeing hell in Nigeria. So imagine if these two were together, what would have happened? A man that is so possessive, he doesn't want you mingling with anybody. He doesn't want you, with your family. He cuts you off from friends. He wants to know where you are 247. He has a problem with everything you do, the way you talk. He'll tell you, why are you talking like that? Why are you dressing like that? Where are you going to? What are you doing? Don't do this, don't do that. Over controlling, a control freak. Don't marry that kind of person. Another kind of man that you don't want to marry is a mama's boy. Now, listen to me. It is not bad to love one's mother. I love my mother so much. And a lot of people are very close and connected to their parents, especially the mom, because of the parts that the mom plays in the lives of people. But you want a man with an independent mind, not a mama's boy. A mama's boy is a man that cannot take decisions for himself without the consent of his mother. So it is his mother that takes all major decisions in his life, including the woman he wants to marry, and everything that happens in the marriage. That is the mama's boy we are talking about. You don't want to marry a mama's boy. You want a man that has a heart of his own, has a mind of his own. There was a story that was trending last week. This lady was supposed to give birth in the hospital. So now it was almost time for her to give birth. She started experiencing contraction. The mother said she should not go to the hospital yet, that is not yet time, that she's going to go and be wasting time in the hospital, and that they may consider her for surgery. The lady was there in the house laboring. He was begging the husband, take me to the hospital. The husband wants to take the girl to the hospital, but the mother said it is not yet time, that she should labor in the house, that when it's close to the time that she's supposed to give birth, that she cannot go to the hospital. So that is a classic example of a mama's boy. That story did not end well. That lady died. So that is a classic example of a mama's boy, a boy that cannot take decisions for himself. Anything he wants to do, he runs to his mother. Anything he wants to do, he runs to his mother. There are men that love their mothers too, but they have a mind of their own. They can take decisions for themselves, okay? So don't marry a mama's boy. Don't marry a liar, someone that lacks integrity. There are so many today. That is why it's always good to date or be in a relationship with a person before you get married to the person, so that you can know these things. Somebody that lies needlessly, like sometimes there is no need, there's absolutely no need, just has fun, there's kind of joy he derives lying every time. You want somebody that you can trust, because trust is very important in marriage. If you cannot trust your partner, don't marry him. Don't marry somebody you cannot trust. And you cannot trust a liar. You cannot trust somebody that has no integrity. The person lies in such a way that you don't even know when he's telling the truth. Every time he is lying. So even when he's telling the truth, you're not sure that this person is telling you. Is that the kind of person you want to be with for the rest of your life? And lastly, don't marry a stingy man. A man that finds it difficult to share. A man that finds it difficult to be generous with his material possession. You don't want to marry that kind of person. So in marriage, there's going to be a lot of sharing. You don't want to marry someone that is too self-obsessed to see the need of someone else. That marriage will end up being one-sided. You hear women complaining a lot. My husband does not give me this. My husband does not buy me this. I'm only the one giving my husband. You don't want somebody that is stingy. You don't want somebody that is materialistic. It could also affect your marriage. Okay, there was a story. This happened last week in the western part of Nigeria. So this lady was due for delivery and her baby was breached. So the doctor said that she needed 300,000 naira for the surgery. The man refused to bring the money. She said no, that the money is too much. Not that he did not have the money, he had the money, but he refused to bring the money, that the money was too much. Now the wife had 100,000 naira. And the wife told him, okay, I have 100,000 naira, bring 200,000 naira. The woman is from a poor background, and the family also she stays very far from the family. So the other took her to a midwife. She went to the midwife, and the midwife tried her best, trying to dump the baby and all that. It was not possible. As they were struggling to deliver the baby died. So they brought the baby back. They brought the lady back to the hospital. By the time she came back to the hospital, the doctor said, well, the baby is breached. She still won't be able to deliver this baby. We have to perform a surgery. We have to do a cesarean section. Guess what happened? The money that that man refused to bring out, he brought it out after the baby had died. So you can see what stinginess can cause. Cost the life of a newborn baby. The story did not end there. Do you know that by the time they started prepping the lady for surgery, she also lost her life? It was so needless. People that find money as if money is their God, they are not ready to let go of their money. It can cost you your life in future. So don't marry a stingy person. You want a generous person. You want somebody that you can be able to share resources together, in order to build your family. So those are the 10 categories of men you should not marry. As a single lady, you have to be very critical in your choice of a partner, because this is a lifetime thing. Marriage can mar you, marriage can ruin you, and marriage can also make you. All this depends on the kind of person you choose to marry. So you have to be very critical, you have to be very serious in searching for a good man, a nice man, a kind man. Not this kind of, men that I have just listed. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share with somebody, share with a single lady that needs to hear this. It's very, very important for you to share this information so that ladies out there will know that these are serious red flags. I would like to read your comments in the comment box, and also subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel. This will be a good time for you to do so. Remember to give my video a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.